Some people just can't get along no matter how hard they try. While you can't choose your family or your coworkers, you certainly can choose your friends and romantic partners. Looking at a person's zodiac sign can tell you all you need to know about a person before you get too invested in your relationship with them. If you want to live free from drama, you better steer clear from these zodiac signs, as you'll just end up fighting pointlessly and endlessly. Starting with Sagittarius and Taurus. Sagittarius can't wrap their heads around Taurus's fixed mindset. They can't understand how someone as reasonable and logical as Taurus can have so little desire to expand their mind. They also can't comprehend why it takes so much and so long for Taurus to change their mind, even if all evidence is against them. Taurus, on the other hand, thinks Sagittarius is too irresponsible because they avoid settling down at all costs. They think they're rather childish because they avoid various commitments. They see their insatiable thirst for adventure as a sign of emotional immaturity. They'll rarely see eye to eye, except perhaps for a shared appreciation of exotic cuisine. Next, we have Aquarius and Cancer. Aquarius and Cancer can't be more opposite from each other. Aquarius hates people depending on them, whereas Cancer loves for people to depend on them and need them. Aquarius needs endless freedom, while Cancer understands the things that truly fulfill them require a commitment. Aquarius is often too logical and forgets that it's important to be kind, while Cancer is mostly emotional and kind at all times. They just don't understand where the other's coming from. Aquarius doesn't understand why Cancer doesn't feel trapped by their choices, and Cancer doesn't understand how Aquarius can be okay without committing themselves to the people, jobs, and places that are good for them. It's very rare that they agree on anything. Next up, we have Gemini and Capricorn. Both of these signs are very intelligent, and that's where the similarities end. Capricorn is not the best multitasker, and Gemini can't handle the hours of concentration that Capricorn can put in when they think something is worth their attention. Capricorn has an old soul, and Gemini seems to remain 20 years old even when they're well into their 60s. Gemini is an eternal student, whereas Capricorn loves working way more than they love studying. I'll give them this: they can be great co-workers because of their complementary approaches, but that's pretty much it. As friends and lovers, their interactions are like a comedy of errors where two people speak two different languages and keep misunderstanding each other. Next, we have Leo and Virgo. Virgo can be a pretty judgmental sign, and Leo is so easy to judge. One of the main values of Virgo is humility. They will think that Leo is too self-centered, self-indulgent, and selfish, and other not-so-nice words starting with self. On the other hand, Leo will poke fun at Virgo because of how uptight and neurotic they are. It's easy to see how that will end up in a heated argument that will make everyone else around them very uncomfortable. Virgo will think that Leo is annoying and loud, and what's even worse, they'll criticize them, thinking they're doing it in a constructive manner. But Leo's ego has to be handled with care. They'll find Virgo's bluntness as the exact opposite of caring. Leo can learn a lesson on humility from Virgo, and Virgo can learn a thing or two on how to set boundaries from Leo. Next, we have Libra and Taurus. They both have impeccable taste, but things will start to get complicated pretty soon. Taurus is very decisive and will find Libra's indecisiveness simply confusing. How can someone with such good taste not know what they want? Libra, in turn, will resent Taurus's stubbornness. How can someone have such a hard time letting go when changing your mind is the easiest thing in the world? Taurus will think Libra is wasting valuable time with their indirect style of communication, and Libra will think Taurus is too brusque in their approach to conversation. Taurus will disapprove of Libra's inconsistency, and Libra will think poorly of Taurus's inability to think on their feet. While they both have a great sense of style, they can't see eye to eye. Next, we have Aries and Scorpio. It never goes well when two people with anger issues try to form any kind of meaningful relationship. Be it platonic or romantic, the moment one of them triggers the other, it's suddenly the outbreak of World War III, and the one who throws the biggest tantrum wins, apparently. They both have a quick temper, And when they're mad, they like to throw salt in each other's wounds. Once they're blinded by their emotions, these two signs will have no mercy on their opponent. Not only will interacting with each other stress them, it will also make their friends and onlookers very anxious indeed. Neither know when to stop, when to agree to disagree, or when to apologize. These two together are just a recipe for disaster. Next, we have Pisces and Gemini. Pisces is the most emotional sign of the zodiac, and Gemini is the most rational. Talk about opposing points of view. Gemini cares about being right, not about making others feel good. Pisces, on the other hand, will utter the most false of phrases if it makes their interlocutor feel good. The last thing they need is a Gemini behind them interjecting with, "Well, actually." An interaction between these two can easily end up with Gemini losing their very limited patience and Pisces crying in a corner and accusing Gemini of being mean. They just bring out the worst in each other. Next, we have Scorpio and Libra. Scorpio's favorite hobby is sparking up controversy, whereas Libra is an expert at being well liked by everyone. What can't go wrong between these two? Scorpio will think Libra is weak for not sticking up to their beliefs, and Libra will think that Scorpio likes conflict a little bit too much. If there's a sign that can anger unflappable Libra, that sign is definitely Scorpio. They will show Libra their much feared shadow self, and they'll get angry at this toxic person that dares to insinuate they might be unlikable. The one thing they can find common ground in is their tendency to play devil's advocate. And finally, we have Pisces and Aries. Pisces is all about compassion and keeping things flowing smoothly. They love it when there's a sense of peace in their interpersonal relationships. Aries, on the other hand, is not afraid of healthy confrontation when it's necessary. They may even need to be constantly arguing and debating things to avoid boredom. They often resort to rather aggressive approaches that would make Pisces cry. Aries can also be a bit brusque and forget about compassion and empathy, both a must in Pisces' book. Not everything is love and light, and sometimes a confrontation is necessary. So Pisces isn't always objectively right, and Aries will end up frustrated. These two signs will just inevitably keep butting heads. Have you ever had such a turbulent relationship? What's your sign? What was the other person's sign? What signs do you usually get along with? What signs do you disagree with on everything? Tell us in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.